Yo everybody, what's going on? This is Keegan from Kman Reviews. If you enjoyed this review, make sure you hit that like and the subscribe button. And if you have any opinions at all that you would like to share, make sure to leave them down in the comment section. Little Benji, the Uno tape. Little Benji is an American rapper, someone who I didn't even know about up until very recently. He actually DM'd me himself and wanted me to review his music, so I absolutely took him up on that, asking him to deliver a project of some sort, and he delivered with this EP here, which I'm pretty sure is his only project released to date, called the Uno tape, released last year. And you know what? Let's just dive right in. What are my thoughts on the Uno tape? Let's find out as I review it, track by track. Since I couldn't find if there were any singles, we will just start at the top of the track list, with that being Caught a Vibe, which is about your typical trap rap fare you'd catch scanning the top Spotify tracks. The production is very solid, it's clean, it's crisp, the instrumental is pretty entrancing with the swirly synth dancing in the background, while the hi-hat and bass you'd expect from this genre keep the track on the straight and narrow. Especially that bass, it's got some nice buoyancy to it. Benji's flow and delivery is pretty solid. He definitely falls under the auto-tuned, slurred, kind of crooner type, delivering some simple lyrics. If I had to compare, I would say it sounds something like Gunna, Nav, earlier Playboi Carti as well. It's not my personal favorite scene, but for what it is, it's fine. Hellbreak follows a similar structure and vibe to the first track, not surprising with the genre in question here, but it's decent enough as is. I like the torrential synth pouring down as Benji's spacious voice glides over the sandy hi-hat and bass. Shame the bass on this one isn't as springy as the opener, weighs the track down a little bit for me. Yet again, we get uber repetitive and simple lyrics, slurred delivery. The flow somehow feels even more generic on this one, which I didn't even know that was possible. I like the message of not giving a shit about other people and doing your own thing, striving to make it. It's very admirable. As a whole though, this is just another alright one for me. Show Love opens up with severe oscillating synth. It almost sounds like something coming out of a cheesy sci-fi movie. The bass is better on this track than the last one, with some nice rattling hi-hats as well. Yet again, more extremely simple lyrics, flexing about how much love he gets, whether it's by fans or a romantic partner. It's a little bit unclear, but it definitely has that braggadocious victory lap energy to it. I do like the flow for the verse. It's one of the best flows on the EP, and results in probably my favorite track here. And finally, the closer, Fendi and Gucci, probably has the cleanest production of any track here. Right away on opening seconds, everything just seems brighter. The synths twinkle while the hi-hat and bass do their own thing as usual. Another compliment I have to give here is Benji's lyrics. They feel a bit more substantial than on every other track so far. I'm just not a fan of the vocals. They're overly pitched and affected, extremely robotic sounding. It's not the most appealing delivery out there. Regardless, the track has its perks, and I can see a lot of people liking this one. Overall, this Little Benji EP, it's fine. This one really boils down to personal taste. This kind of synth-heavy trap rap is just not my thing. That style only works for me once in a blue moon. The only example would be some of Carti's later material, and I can attribute my enjoyment there to Carti creating some catchy melodies that use similar repetitive tropes that Benji uses. But Carti also really makes his beats pop with eruptive bass and borderline distorted synths. And therein lies my biggest critique of this EP. It just feels thin. There's no real bangers, but there isn't a dud either. It's an extremely inoffensive EP. I made the comparison earlier in the review, but if you're into Nav, Gunna, or even some of Pierre Bourne's solo material, you'll probably get a lot out of this. As for me, I'm indifferent to all three of those artists, and this for me more or less falls in the same field. I'm feeling a 6 out of 10 on this EP. Well guys, hope you enjoyed that review. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.